Hi, I'm Alex from Hack Engineering. You join me on a swelteringly hot day down in the Sussex countryside, and I'm joined by this lovely example of a 1986 E28. The car belongs to a customer called Ian, and he's just had all the bodywork done, and it's been restored to quite a lovely standard. You may ask why it's with us, and that's because we are going to be carrying out all the engine work. The project sort of snowballed, I think, for Ian in the fact that when he first started to go into the project, he was just going to get the bodywork done, keep the original engine. But as the rest of the cars turned out to be so lovely, he's decided to splash the cash and invest a bit of money into a lovely engine for it. We've got a whole shelf full of goodies that have slowly been turning up back in the workshop, which we'll move on to sort of in the next episode. But for the now, let's have a look around the car and see what we reckon. So let's have a little look in the engine bay. As with any restoration, it's the little finishing touches that can make or break a car, such as this little white arrow here. I love it, indicating where the bonnet release is. Obviously you'll notice this if you are a bit of a 5 Series fanatic, that of course this is an E28, so it's got the rear hinged bonnet. The E12, which was the first generation 5 Series, was hinged at the front, and they also went back to that with the model after this, the E34. Inside we find an M30 B34, which is of course a straight 6 12 valve petrol engine. The engine bay looks absolutely lovely, except for obviously the engine in the middle, so our plan is to take the engine out, fully refresh it all. We've got some lovely goodies to go on it, which we'll go through at a future date, and then obviously put it back in the car. We've got a few brake lines to clean up because it's a bit of a spaghetti mess in there. Once the engine's done, this car's obviously going to have a lot more power, and Ian's also upgraded his suspension all round, so we've got BC Racing coilovers, as well as a few little upgrades here and there, like this front strut brace. So once this lot's, looking all fresh, it really is going to be such a lovely car. Ian's had these original BBSs restored, running Yokohama tyres all around, and I think it looks absolutely mega. Let's get inside the car and take it for a bit of a spin, so we've got something to compare it with once we finish with the engine build. So you join us inside Ian's M535i, so it's a 1986, powered by an M30, and we're going to do a couple of little engine tweakaroos. Well, I say a couple. Yeah, it's quite a long list, to be honest.
So I mean, this engine, what are we on mileage wise? 120,000?
Yeah, just gone over 120,000.
And as you can probably hear on the video, it's purring along, it's lovely. Makes such a nice noise as well.
It runs well. Aesthetically is where it's definitely let down.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the car, it's perhaps it's the last bit untouched, I think, really.
I think, as I said, I mean, he obviously got the body restored, was like, I'll just run my original engine. Yeah. And then once the rest was done, he was like, well, I can't just run the original engine. It's something that's something that's that nicely done.
So yeah, the engine, in its final form is going to be a high compression, cammed M30 with individual throttle bodies. We're also putting a dogleg gearbox in it. Various other bits, M5 goodies, and literally you name it, Ian's decided to do it. So it's all standard at the moment. I'm not sure what kind of power we're going to see from it, but it should be quite a fruity one.
So I'll tell you an interesting fact about the E28.
Oh yeah.
They started designing it in 1975, and obviously BMW back then didn't exactly have a lot of computers. Well, in fact, they had one computer, which was their payroll and their admin staff used. And the designers of this car actually walked into sort of admin offices and just borrowed this computer on a lunch break or something to run a couple of calculations on the design of the car, which is pretty cool. Also pretty mega when you appreciate that these sort of cars were developed solely by hand, really.
Yeah, it is. It is
sort of makes you appreciate them a little bit more.
Definitely. It's nice to exciting a car like this.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Definitely
beats
so.
sitting at home.
Although I'm equally excited to get it in the workshop, pull the engine out and get it all apart and get cracking on the build, to be honest.
Yeah, it's well, yeah, the car was dropped off with us a couple of weekends ago. Basically, we've been so busy that we've barely really touched it yet, but hence it still drives. But yeah, we've got, well, as we said before, a long list of engine tweaks to do, and yeah, the brakes need sorting and various other bits. But yeah, at the moment it's, I think, about 210 horsepower and, well, plenty of torque.
Yeah.
And yeah, once done, it should really bring it out. I can't wait to see what this thing sounds like.
Oh, it's going to be...
Yeah.
It sounds good already, to be honest.
Yeah.
But with them tweaks under the bonnet, it's going to sound mega.
Yeah. I think the old M20 and M30 straight sixes are just some of the best sounding BMWs, really. Yeah. Despite being relatively sort of run-of-the-mill engines, they're just lovely.
Well, an E28. So the E28 was the first BMW to actually run a diesel engine in 1984. Imagine one of them as a daily. That'd be pretty mega, wouldn't it?
I think that was the M21 engine.
I think it was,
so
yeah.
Based on the M20, yeah. But yeah, one of those now would be a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, just to drive, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean...
But we're not here to talk about diesels,
No, we're not really. They're just...
Good old petrol.
Yeah. You're quite familiar with the M30, really?
Yeah, reasonably. So, well, I've done one nut and bolt BMW restoration. That was an E9. So that was
CSL as well.
CSL, yeah, it was with Batmobile killer on it. So it was yeah, pretty nice. E28 then, slightly older than what we're used to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to have something a little bit older.
With so much space everywhere.
Yeah. We get the odd E30, but E28s are. I wouldn't say they're not our specialist field, but they're yeah, not what we're used to seeing all the time.
It's more closer to what we cut our teeth in, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both our backgrounds is more of the classic stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we don't seem to touch much. But.
No, which is a shame. Much as we love the newer bits, it's they've both got their qualities.
Here we are, back at Bridge Farm, back at Hack HQ.
Indeed.
That was quite the drive, really. It was good,
yeah,
but I can't wait for it to be better.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this thing does. You know, with what we've got planned for it. And it's nice as well. A lot of people put more modern engines in these, which obviously works, but it's nice that Ian kind of loves it as it is, but wants to take it a bit further.
At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Start updating everything too much, and you might as well just buy the new car.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it's just right. I think this thing. It's going to be something quite special.
Yeah. Don't forget to head over to the channel, subscribe, and tune in next time for when we get this thing in the workshop and get the engine out of it.
Yeah, step one.
Step one of many, hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to keep track of all of it as we go.
Yeah.
So we'll do an episode on each bit as we go. Probably lots of engine building geekiness, which is what we love.
Can't wait to geek out and go mad on the head and whatnot, and probably go to town on it, really.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We'll catch you next time.